Hello everyone, hope you're having the most fantastic day today. Welcome to the Film Insight channel. For today's video, we're going to discuss even more hotels featured on Hotel Hell and reveal how they're doing now. So sit back, relax, and without further ado, let's get right into the content, guys. Maison de Mesilla.
I had someone come in and throw red wine all over the Venetian plaster, and I thought that I should charge them for that.
In this Hotel Hell episode from Season 2, Gordon Ramsay heads over to Las Cruces, New Mexico, where we find a 14-bedroom boutique hotel named Maison de Mesilla. It is owned by Callie Sawinski, who bought the property in 2006 for $1.2 million and spent another $1.2 million redecorating it. Unfortunately, her choice of decor was beige Venetian plaster walls, which Gordon found to be incredibly dull. At the front desk, Gordon is asked to sign a cleaning agreement, saying he won't damage the expensive $7.50 per square foot Venetian plaster. Gordon refuses and is shocked that every guest has to sign the cleaning agreement. When Gordon heads over to his room, he finds that it's also beige. When he asks for another room, he is informed that all the rooms are beige. Gordon finds the owner after the disappointingly dull room and sits down for a meal. It tastes like vomit. Worse off, the owner Callie starts singing to the eating guests. She's not a particularly good singer and makes a fool of herself. She does this all the time and no one likes her singing. Her favourite song is Cher's If I Could Turn Back Time. She has delusions that she sounds like Cher. Callie seems to be more interested in her singing career than her hotel career. Gordon decides it's time to speak to the hotel's general manager to find out why it has little business and the food tastes like vomit. The general manager is a man called Zan, whose wife assists him in running the hotel. Zan has only 9 weeks of experience running a hotel. His experience is in running restaurants, but it doesn't matter because even the kitchen isn't producing good food. Gordon is unimpressed. Later on, he calls a meeting between the chef, the general manager, and the owner. An argument breaks out and a blame game ensues.
She's a bitch to work for. You can't work her, but hang in there because in 6 months, I'll be running this place and she'll be gone. I mean, literally right out of the box.
Zan blames the owner for the hotel's failure. The chef also blames the owner for making Tuscan-inspired dishes instead of local dishes. But ultimately, it is Zan who gets found out. He has been telling employees that the owner, Callie, will be leaving the hotel, so they should instead follow his direction. Chef Ciara confirms these allegations. This amounts to sabotage, and Callie promptly fires General Manager Zan.
With the owner, what would you do?
I would fire that person that bad-mouthed me.
You're fired.
Zan's wife also quits in a huff. After the firing, we get a better look at the hotel. The pool is dirty. Callie, the owner, has 3 stages from which she can disturb guests with her singing. One of the stages is by the pool. There is no breakfast service or room service for guests.
That's all they've got to offer.
How depressing is that?
All in all, Callie has only $70,000 left, enough to keep the place running for another 6 months. Chef Ramsay spends $150,000 revamping the hotel. He puts up a Maison de Mesilla hotel and restaurant sign on the side of the hotel. The underutilized pool undergoes a drastic makeover. The restaurant gets a new look with white linen tablecloths and a fresh breakfast buffet. David, a promising employee of the Mesilla, is promoted to become the new breakfast chef. The menu is revamped to a taste of New Mexico. The Maison de Mesilla's suite is also redecorated from boring beige to bright locally inspired colors. Guests also no longer have to sign a waiver. This is Gordon's biggest makeover yet. And how does Callie react to this makeover? At first, she is glad, but soon turns ungrateful and begins complaining that she can't possibly maintain all the new changes. She complains that she needs new staff to take care of the new breakfast buffet and furniture. Gordon is pissed. He tells her he can pack everything up and leave her with her sad old furnishings. She calms down immediately and promises to maintain the new Maison de Mesilla. How is the Maison de Mesilla doing? This episode was filmed in June 2013, and after Gordon's visit, things were looking good for a while. However, in August 2014, the Maison de Messia ended up going for sale for $2.85 million. In 2016, Callie brought a 50-50 silent partner to run a restaurant separate from the hotel. The restaurant will be called the NM Grill & Bar. It opened to middling reviews in Yelp and TripAdvisor. In 2016, Callie was quoted as saying, "Really, when that man Gordon was here, he didn't do anything I could keep. Almost every place he has gone to has closed, and I didn't, praise God. This will be reincarnation 3 for me." By 2016, she had tried 3 times to breathe new life into the Maison de Messia. She failed. In 2017, the hotel was sold to new ownership. They renamed it the Hacienda de Messia, and it now has excellent reviews in Google Reviews and TripAdvisor. Monticello Hotel.
The boiled eggs in a bag, done, peeled.
You buy in boiled eggs?
Yes.
For this episode, Gordon travels to Longview, Washington, where he hopes to improve the fortunes of the failing Monticello Hotel. The Monticello was built in 1923 and is one of the oldest buildings in the town. The owner, Philip Lovingfoss, inherited the hotel from Annabelle Jewell. When Philip was in his 30s, he worked as a bartender at the Monticello and fell in love with Annabelle, who was in her 60s. Philip's girlfriend Ginger helps him run the hotel as the general manager. She is also 30 years his senior. Gordon arrives and is amazed by the grandeur of the Monticello. This impression does not last long though, because when he checks in, he discovers that his room will not be at the Monticello. Instead, he'll be staying at the motel next door, which is, as Gordon puts it, a characterless shoebox 1960s motel. This is surprising since Monticello has so many unoccupied rooms. Vanessa, the receptionist, informs us that the Monticello has only 4 functioning suites. Nearly all the other rooms are packed with junk that Philip and Ginger have hoarded over the years. Gordon, who refuses to stay at the motel, is taken to one of the 4 suites. Gordon is disappointed. For such a grand hotel, the room is hideous. The furnishings are old, and shockingly enough, the room's mattress has been lifted from Philip's home. After seeing the room, he meets the owner and his girlfriend to understand what ails the Monticello. Ginger explains that the hotel is losing money to the tune of $30,000 to $35,000 a month. From Philip, we learn that the hotel is worth $3 to $5 million and that he inherited a total of $10 million when Annabelle passed away. When Gordon asks about the state of the hotel, the duo blames the staff, who they say are lazy and take advantage of them. Gordon sits down to eat, and when the food arrives, it is dreadful. Gordon visits the kitchen and finds out from Chef Dan that everything is pre-packaged, frozen, or canned. Chef Dan doesn't even get to say what goes on the menu. The restaurant even buys boiled eggs because the staff doesn't work long enough to prep fresh food. It is quickly evident that the problem isn't the staff, it's Philip. Gordon discovers that Philip has been in the papers for drunk driving. The expensive cars in the parking lot are all his. He wears expensive bling jewelry and lives large together with Ginger. Philip has a drinking problem and runs the hotel like a miser. Vanessa, the receptionist, takes home $500 every 2 weeks. The business is being mismanaged by Philip, who mistreats his staff, paying them peanuts while he lives large. New guests come in and they receive the same treatment Gordon got. They have to sleep in the motel and not the prestigious Monticello.
I don't think I could shower in this. I wonder if we can ask for a different room. This is awful.
There is also no room service. Gordon brings out his black light to show us what customers pay $250 a night for. He shines a light on the bed and the amount of filth is stunning. Mysterious stains and bodily fluids emerge under the light like a crime scene. With this level of sickening, vile filth, the Monticello might as well be a brothel. That night, Gordon sleeps in the bathtub. Earlier on, he'd been sleeping in a sleeping bag. It's time for an intervention, and Gordon and the staff confront Philip. Even Ginger realizes the extent of the problem. Philip drinks too much, and when he does, he is awful to the staff, who are desperate to save their jobs. Philip walks away from the intervention, but Gordon corners him in his office, where he gets him to agree to get some professional help. Afterwards, Gordon's team get to work reinvigorating the hotel. They open up 4 more suites and bring in some new furniture. They introduce room service and a new menu featuring fresh local ingredients. Guests are booked for the new suites, and they are happy with their rooms. We learn that Chef Dan has been sober for 9 years and has chosen to sponsor Philip on his road to recovery. Gordon praises the staff for their outstanding job and reveals that they are all Employees of the Month for their exemplary work. How is the Monticello doing? The Monticello does well at first. The staff get better wages and Philip enrolls in a program. However, the Monticello is closed in 2014. Reviews after Gordon's visit have been mixed. In 2016, Philip threatened a judge and was sentenced to 90 days in prison. The Monticello is put up for sale in September 2016 and is sold for $2.8 million in 2017. The new owners invest $3 to $4 million in remodeling the Monticello, but ultimately the Monticello shuts down in August 2019. The new owner believed the building's historical significance would be enough to draw in customers. It is converted into studio apartments with shared facilities for communal living. This episode was filmed in June 2013. Hotel Chester.
What table's this, Suki?
Oh, pardon me, I'm sorry.
For this episode, Gordon heads down to Starkville, Mississippi, searching for Hotel Chester, which is located close to Mississippi University. The hotel is struggling, despite having a stockade of potential student customers nearby. David and his wife Suki Mollendor bought the 36-roomed hotel in 2000, and it was a success early on. However, tragedy struck as David got into a car accident, which left him bedridden for nearly 6 months. His feet were crushed and his back was broken in 2 places. Pretty soon, the hotel began to lose money. So much money that the couple filed for bankruptcy.
We were losing so much money that I had to file for bankruptcy.
David had been a hotel troubleshooter for 39 years before purchasing the Hotel Chester. Suki's restaurant experience is washing dishes.
Never worked in any restaurant kitchens before in my entire life.
Eventually, the couple lost their home in foreclosure, and the whole family had to move into the hotel. Faithful wife Suki left her job in real estate to come work as a chef and manager, but she had no experience running a hotel, and the business floundered. But here comes Gordon to save the Hotel Chester. First off, the rooms. It's the usual. The furniture is old, the walls cracked, and the rooms were last redecorated 10 years ago in 2003. Gordon is not digging it. Though it has to be said, this is not as bad as some other episodes. On to the restaurant. Gordon's sushi takes 97 minutes to arrive, and when it does, he does not dig the food as well. He finds it disgusting, chewy, and strange all at the same time. Suki's sushi is hopeless. On top of that, David reveals they are $900,000 in debt. Suki didn't know.
$900,000.
We are in debt.
Please don't say you don't know.
Later on, after a grueling 3-hour service filled with bad food, it's time to go home, and Gordon gets to see where the Mollendors live. It's the windowless handicap room of the hotel, and Gordon is sorry. He tells Suki he didn't know things were this bad. David is also in bad shape, as he has been recovering for the past 5 years. Gordon has never wanted to help 2 people so severely. He gives them a revamped new apartment and pays for 6 months. The Hotel Chester gets modern rooms, new signage, and he introduces a new menu with local cuisine that has the Gordon Burger included. This Gordon hopes will be appealing to the students. The new beer garden outside is stunning. A new head chef and 2 assistants are hired. Gordon will cover the head chef's salary. The 3 new hires will train existing staff. Suki and David are ecstatic as Gordon has done more than they expected. This was a standout episode of Hotel Hell. How is the Hotel Chester today? It is still open, and the reviews on Yelp and TripAdvisor are glowing. Most people love the friendly staff, the beer garden, and the breakfast. Today, if you type the best hotel in Mississippi, the historic Hotel Chester appears as a top result. David and Suki still own the hotel. This episode was filmed in June 2013. Well, that will be all for today's video here on the channel. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a massive like down below and comment your thoughts. Subscribe for more content like this and turn on those sweet bell notifications for instant access to our content. Have a good one, guys!